all of the Adobe suite of design software, and within Photoshop they're even more important, and I'm going to show you the basics of understanding how to use them and how it can benefit you in using them within your project. So you see here we have this nice image of this sleepy little dog here, and he is layer 0. Okay, this is the first layer. You can see it over here in the layer panel. Okay, and I'm going to rename that layer. You can do that by double clicking on the layer 0 title there, and I'm going to name that dog, and then hit enter, and it is now called the dog layer. Okay, now let me explain to you how layers stack on top of each other. This layer is the #1 layer, the only layer, so it is obviously on top. Now this is how you create a new layer. Within the layers panel over here, you go to new layer, which is this option down here next to the trash can. It is a little flipped up page there at the bottom. Click on that, and it will create another layer, and that layer is called layer 1. Okay, and I am going to on this layer I'm going to draw a little speech bubble here for the dog here. So I'm going to do that with the I got a different brush selected here, so I do not want that that brush selected, so I'm going to change that to be this brush right here, and I'm going to go ahead and shrink that brush down a little bit. There we go. Alright, and I'm going to draw a little bubble out here, and it's a nice yellow bubble. Okay, and he's very tired, so he's sleepy, so I'm going to go ahead and write sleepy, okay, in there. So once I have done that, this is on its own individual layer. Now the speech bubble is on top of the dog, the picture in the background, because it is on top of the dog layer. So envision it as if it is a projector looking down. This is going to be your top layer and your bottom layer. Now if I took this layer and click and hold and drug it below that layer, you're not going to be able to see it because it's the bottom layer, and you're not going to be able to see that. But when I drag it above the dog layer, you can see it. And now I can go to my selection tool, and I can move this layer wherever I want to, because it's a new layer. If I had done it on top of the first layer and did not create another layer, then you will not be able to move that layer. So there we go. I got a separate layer for that, and I'm going to go ahead and title that layer by double clicking and type in sleepy text. Okay, and let's go ahead and add one more layer. So I'm going to go down here to the new layer panel here, and I'm going to click on that, and that created one above the sleepy text layer. And I want to add a shape to this. Let's go over here, and let's go ahead and get the pen tool, and I'm going to draw a strange looking shape there. So now I have a shape, and this is going to be a shape here, and this is a separate layer. So now this layer is on top of both layers. Okay, so you can keep stacking layers, and you can even mask those layers to give them a nice effect if you would like to, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so let me show you how to delete a layer. Say I want to get rid of that shape there. I select it, which is the layer 1 up here on top, and I click on the trash can down here in the bottom right hand corner. So click that, delete layer, and it says delete the layer 1, and then you just select yes, and now that layer is completely removed. Okay, and the box was not on the layer because I did it wrong, so you're not going to see that delete there. Okay, you can also hide layers without deleting them. So say I did not want to see the sleepy text, I just click on the little eye, indicate layer visibility, and it will make that invisible, or it will make that invisible depending on which one you select. So layers are a great way of manipulating your photographs and adding different kind of techniques and additions, such as text and shapes. So if I want to add a text layer, what I will do is I will create a new layer, make sure that layer is selected, get my text tool out, and then I will go ahead and draw out my text box, and then I will type in here sleepy dog, and then I'm going to go ahead and change the color of that to a nice red color so we can see it. And I'm going to make it a little bigger here, down to 60. And with that, I now have this layer right here, which is a text layer, and I can hide that layer by doing that right there. Okay, so now all of these layers are separate, and because this layer is on top of the speech bubble, I can actually drag it over here, and it will go on top of the speech bubble. Okay, so this is just a brief tutorial on the basics of how to work and deal with layers within Photoshop. If you have any questions in regards to this tutorial, please put them in the comment box below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.